got to be forms laying around. I mean, they are scientists.
Welcome to the Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike Crawford. How you doing, Mike?
What up, Brendo? 2 times.
Hey, how's it going, sir? Hey.
Feel good today, man. How's your week been?
It's been good, you know. People make mistakes. That's okay. As a parent, sometimes you make mistakes. Let me ask you, from a parent's perspective and the kid's perspective, I saw somebody driving with a, hey, congratulations, blank, class of 2021, you know, and it says the school, the local school on there. And this dad was knuckle deep picking his nose. So it's like anybody that knows blank who just graduated is watching their dad just go for it. Just dig deep.
So there's additional information you would need to know. First is, when you say blank, was there an actual name on the car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that makes this so bad. But only thing bad is you got to get caught knuckle deep. And lucky for this student, is her dad got caught by a parent. So it's gonna be of no consequence.
Yeah, but this is just, dude, you don't do that once. That's something this person is very comfortable doing. So you know they're driving around digging
in your own car. You should be comfortable digging for up your nose, man.
Do you pick your boogers in your car?
No, I keep tissue in my car. But if I wanted to pick my boogers, that's where I would do it.
But as a kid, wouldn't you be mortified?
Absolutely. If one of my friends saw my dad knuckle deep in his nose and I had to hear about it, oh my goodness, that would be the absolute worst. Definitely, bro.
Oh.
But
what about like?
The thing is,
what?
You're 30 something, I think.
Yeah.
So his kid has no words.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to be standing outside one day and someone yells down the street, "Hey, such and such," and you realize, hey, that's such and such's daughter.
Your dad picks his nose.
I just want you to
in
know
public. I mean, everybody does. Picking your nose is like masturbating. Nobody likes to admit they do it, but everybody does in private. Or most people do it in private. It's embarrassing if you get caught in public.
Yeah, just don't eat it.
Oh, definitely don't eat it.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, you know what else is gross? Your parents kissing you when they drop you off places. Like, how old is when it's like, all right, that's enough? When you get dropped off by your parents and you get kissed.
Want to know what's more embarrassing? Having your mom whoop you through the neighborhood with an extension cord? No, that's...
an extension cord? I mean, I've got the, the front arm drag. You know, like front arm drag and the other hand spanking. Like kind of right, trying to whip a horse. Come on.
I've seen a girl get chased through the neighborhood with an extension cord. Her mom was whooping her as she ran around the neighborhood, bro.
Ooh, extension cord. That's a good one.
That's not a good one. That is child abuse. Please do not.
Well, no. I'm saying that's not a good one to do. That is not a good one to do. Don't do that.
No good.
I'm just saying.
Do not repeat those steps.
That's, like back in the day, if you were going to whack somebody, because we got the belt a lot. The belts,
the belt,
that's I'm just saying extension cord is a long range belt. You get,
But it's so much thinner, so it's gonna
you
leave
get
like
that
whip
whipping
marks
action too. It's
yeah,
way
man.
worse.
You can't
Ooh.
do that to a child. I laugh at it now because I didn't know no better. And I know plenty of people who've been hit with extension cord. So yeah, but this one just happened to she ran out the back door, so she exposed her home life to the neighborhood because her mom ain't stopped just because she ran outside. She was trying to whoop her.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta do that. That's like, you learn quickly if you're going to get your own Switch or whatever, you get something kind of thick. Because
Yeah,
then
you
you
don't
get
want
a
that
couple
whipping
of
action.
thuds, whack, whack, and you're done. You're like, all right, that wasn't great, but that wasn't bad. You get the little ones with the whip action, Whatcha! It's like, oh!
Yeah. You
Ah,
don't want that, man.
oh,
But
that is no good, man.
I'm glad that changed in the world because whoopings are one thing and they're good discipline, but man, like you got to put some restrictions on what you can use to whoop a kid. But like, now that I look back at it, kids should not have been getting hit with extension cords at the rate that I know them to have been getting hit with extension cords.
Yeah, no, no foreign objects need to be included in disciplining children.
I'm with you on that. Maybe a belt. I'm still with a belt. I'm okay with a belt.
Yeah,
As
I
long
don't
as it
know. A
really.
belt's one of those things where, like, I got hit with a belt, and it was like, at first, it was like, oh my god, a belt. And then it was like, yeah, whatever, it's the belt. Like,
It's
can we
it's a
just
piece
get
of
this
rubber
over
band.
with? Like, it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
whatever. So then it's just, you're just whacking a kid for no reason because it doesn't do anything.
But now, yeah, nowadays it's probably a kid would probably prefer that than you taking their PlayStation or their cell phone. So yeah, I think there's a little bit you gotta come up with some better ideas these days. Like, bro, if I can sit here with my cell phone, you can whoop me for 3 days. I can look up an app to find out how to make you feel better. Like,
Yeah.
like nah, like you gotta take something. You gotta do something to these kids. A whooping them ain't gonna help you. They don't do nothing but sit in the house anyway. They don't want to go outside, so punishment ain't gonna help. It's weird.
Kids are freaking spoiled these days. I mean, but I'm spoiled too. Like, I went to Baskin Robbins recently because they have one of my favorite flavors out right now. Mom's making cookies. Shout out to Baskin Robbins for that. And
Boo Baskin Robbins for not having more dairy-free products, but okay, go ahead.
whatever. They have a ton right now, actually. Just so you
Not
know.
mine. They have like one.
No, they don't. They have more than that. But
I'm
anyhow,
saying mine.
so I go to get, a little fresh pack pint, and the kid's trying to upsell me to the court, and I'm like, no, no, no. So he like takes, there's like barely any left, like about a pint's worth of ice cream left, and I'm like, oh, perfect. It's a limited run. I got one of the last ones. That's cool. So then the kid takes out a brand new one as well. Brand new, like 5 gallon thing. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm about to get hooked up with this freaking fresh. Like, this kid is hooking me up. Way to go, kid. Like, I'm going to hook you up. And then proceeds to scoop me all the frostbite crap at the bottom of the old one. Like, he didn't even, like, come on, dude. Like, you didn't have to bring out
Well,
the new
well,
one in front of my face and then, like, just give me the old stuff, wait till I leave, and then do the new stuff.
and look, if you would have just got the bigger size, you would have required him to give you the new stuff. You see how that works?
Yeah, he did try and upsell me like 3 times. Like, hey, you want a quart? You want a quart? And I'm
You
like,
prefer somebody
no,
else to get that frostbitten. You didn't want it though. See,
no, no, no. But I
yeah,
was hoping that this dude was like, oh, I'll hook this guy up because he's nice. He's been pleasurable in our interaction so far. So he was gonna give me the good scoops, and then either throw
no, no,
away the
no,
old
buddy.
stuff or scoop it and put it back in the middle, and then
Everyone get their scoops in the order in which the orders are received.
come on, man. I
And
know, but
it's
this
your turn
dude,
now, buddy.
and then, and then I would have tipped him, like $5 on the slide, and then just been like, here you go, man. That's for you. There's your tip.
Buddy,
What?
no.
Why?
You get the frostbitten because that's your order.
No.
Your order right now, you're here, and guess what? I still got some in this in the bottom of this tub that will whip up for you.
No, I know, and that's fine. That's his regular job. But had he, gone above and beyond and gave me the good scoops of ice cream, then he could put the, whatever ice cream back to replace the good stuff. And then mix it, it mixes in. It's like cutting drugs. He's cutting the ice cream, and then nobody has to know about it. The next person doesn't have to know. It's just.
It's gonna be more frostbitten at that point.
It's just a little bit. It's a little bit less good than it was originally.
And why should the next person have to take that when this is your?
They don't have to, but I'm just saying, if the person that's serving it does that to me, I'm gonna hook them up. And I'll give instead, I just didn't give the guy a tip. But I would have given him like a 5 and been like, here, bro, this is just for you. Slide it around.
No.
Slide it around the tip jar.
You can't.
And just been like, here you go, bro.
Baskin Robbins, bro.
Why?
Places like Baskin Robbins, or any like smaller establishments who still on a tip jar, you can't slide the cashier money on the side, bro.
Yeah, you can.
There's a policy in which everyone splits the tip.
Screw the policy.
You cannot. No. You cannot. No, Brendan, listen.
That's BS, dude.
I think no. Who work those same shifts doing those same things, they have to share their tips. And you're saying this one person gets to get his share, and no, you're helping Brendan do that. Don't slide people money on the side. And for all those who work at Baskin Robbins, when you see this guy, don't take it. Put the money in the tip jar and share it like you're supposed to. Thank you.
No, just know that I'm going to hook you up if you hook me up. Listen, I get it. Like, if you're just nice, if your establishment is big on people being friendly and nice, I'll throw $1 in no matter what that everybody can share. I'm good with that.
No,
I'll contribute to the cause. But if somebody goes above and beyond, takes out the new thing of ice cream, gives me the good scoop right out of the middle, hooks me up, gives me a wink and a gun, I'm going to slide that dude $5 and go, hey, that one's just for you because you went above and beyond.
The next night does all that same stuff for somebody and they give them $5 and they put it in the jar.
Then that's on them.
No, buddy, that's not how it works, Brandon.
That absolutely is how it works.
No. Equal sharing, buddy.
The policy is a suggestion. It's not the law.
Put the money in the tip jar.
Nobody's getting fired over that.
Keep it fair for everybody involved, Brandon.
Why? Why the slug that's not doing anything that's nice shouldn't get the same amount of tip that the person that's getting the new batch of ice cream and give me a new scoop and all that good stuff? They shouldn't get the same amount of tip. But if they're all just scooping ice cream and being nice, yeah, split that tip.
Rules. It's the rules.
No.
The rules say the tips get split.
Rules are suggestions if you're smart enough.
No. Not when you sign on contracts and sign up and stuff. You can be as smart as you want when it's in black and white, buddy.
Yeah. You think that's in the Baskin Robbins handbook?
No, but it's probably definitely in the agreed upon things the employee handbook.
I bet you it's not. Tips. On the handwritten tip jar. Please tip. We'll dance and sing.
All tips are.
That's cold sound.
So divided equally.
No, that's bullshit. I can do what I want when I'm tipping.
No.
Yes. Absolutely.
You can do what you want, but as an employee of the store, they have to follow their store.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you go to a place and the valet is quote unquote complimentary, but it's $5 to park, and that goes to a valet tip jar, do you not tip the valet when you get your car to leave individually? Since they all technically get paid in that?
I don't know the rules of valets and how their tips work, so I can't speak to that.
What would you do in that situation?
I tip the person who do my car, yes.
Okay, so that's the same thing. That's the same thing.
Because the store has rules. If those people have rules, when I give them money, they take it back, they put it in the tip jar because that's the rules of the store. That's cool. That's why they have a tip jar.
No, that's an unwritten rule thing. That's like cops taking a rake when they turn in money. It's like, listen, you got to take a little off the top, otherwise nobody's gonna trust you. Same deal.
I've never seen an actual tip jar at the valet. They just take your tips.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh, maybe I just need to go away. By the way, that's what I noticed. I've noticed that it's very smart that actors, excuse me, that get in trouble should just go move to voiceover acting, because you never really know that they're doing anything. Like, I remember Kelsey Grammer years ago had like a really nasty divorce or something like that. And he's like, oh man, Kelsey Grammer, what a great actor. He just had to stop acting because, you know, nobody would hire him because it was pretty nasty what was being said about him. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, you know, we're watching a kid's movie, Storks, and it's like, oh, he's one of the voices. Oh, he was just doing voiceover stuff, so you never saw his face. So he just underground was getting paid this whole time. That's brilliant.
I mean, he figured something out.
Do you think like Bill Cosby could do that now?
Bill Cosby, forget going underground. He's coming out with a docu-series and going on a tour, bro. Like, Bill Cosby ain't going no.
I know, but I'm saying like just go straight to like voiceover stuff, and that way people kind of don't even realize that they are loving him again.
We're gonna see how much love they show, because like I said, he's coming out with a brand new docu-series, and he's going on, and he's trying to set up a tour. So we're about to find out a comedy tour at that. First of all, is Bill Cosby even still funny at 74?
Oh, yes.
Like, he can't do pudding pop jokes. Like,
no, Bill Cosby is a brilliant comic. He sounds like he's a terrible person, but brilliant comic.
He's definitely a terrible person. It doesn't sound like it. But the people around him that he was terrible to are just as bad, in my opinion. And that's just the facts. And yes, people, you're probably going to hate me for saying that, but oh well.
No, I agree. That, like, if they're letting that kind of stuff go on, they are not good company.
They're not. And I'm talking about the people that are on his side and the people that are against him. The people that are on his side, y'all are disrespectful for trying to back him for what he did. And the people that he did it to, for waiting this long and then trying to bring it up so you can monetarily capitalize. I'm not a fan of that either. I don't care. Wrong. Yes, it was wrong. But y'all got weird motives too. And clearly ain't none of y'all go to the actual police about this, because the man just walked out of jail, and not just walked out of jail, they dropped all the charges. So how good of a case did y'all have in this civil suit that y'all can get civil money, but not actually win a real court case in which this man walked out of jail for free? As the what's the judges say, y'all had all the cases. What do you have, like 22 cases? All of them are insufficient. Like, y'all couldn't find one legit rape charge in there?
I don't know. I don't know the story.
Like how? Like,
that's
I don't
rough.
know the story. I just know, for what I know is he went to jail for all these rape accusations, date rape, drug, whatever he did to these girls, accusations. And now he's walking. They didn't, like, it was like, we heard it all the same day. Most times it takes time to process you, get you out of jail.
Yeah.
This was all the same day. We heard he was getting free, and he walked out, and all the charges were dropped one day.
Yeah, it was all a very slick maneuver.
Like, it was just like, voila.
But I mean, he's a piece of garbage. But like,
I'm never doubting that. That's not in doubt.
No, I know, but it's like, so it's weird to know how to feel about it. Like, you know, he's a piece of garbage, but yeah, why couldn't they get anything to stick? That is so weird. Like,
that is so weird. Like, I'm telling you, man.
What else?
It was a money grab.
How do you know how to hide evidence? That's what I want to know. Is I want to reverse CSI this stuff.
Ain't no hiding it, because there is no evidence. Only evidence they would have had is if any of these girls had their stomach pumped at the time, because all he did was put something in their drink. There's no real evidence, but somehow he had to pay all these women, yet could none of them put a real case against him, and he walked out with all the charges dropped. I just want to keep reiterating that point, because this isn't one of those where like he was out on bail or they're giving him time served, so he's still gonna have the charge on his record. Bill Cosby was in jail for over 15, because I don't know the exact number. I know it was at least 15. Over 15 accused rape accusations, and went home with no charges. He don't even have to sign up as a sex offender. My man just walked out of jail free. I can't believe it. It baffles my mind. It just baffled my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's baffling. It's baffling.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Bill Cosby money, you can.
I don't care how much money you have in the world.
What do you mean?
If there are 15 people saying that you did this to them, there should be a way to prove it. If it really happened, I don't care.
Or you can pay it out.
Which he did, and then they all just like, bro, that is baloney. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like, I just can't believe half the stuff that happens in this.
Trust me, I don't get it either, dude. But you know, this world we live in is. I don't get most of the time.
Genius in all this. You wanna know who the genius in all this?
Who?
The lawyer. The lawyer's the genius because he got paid. He or she got paid.
Yeah.
And in the end, no one was hurt. I mean, if you want to be technical about it, Bill did a couple years in jail, but I'm sure it was the most plush, comfy years he ever did outside of his home. All these girls got to avoid putting their name up. Well, a lot of them got their name smeared anyway, but they never had to go to trial, so their names were never officially on no records, and they all got paid. Lawyer was a genius. And they got paid too. So there you go. The power of the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
And the same thing's happening to Deshaun Watson. You see how 23 girls came out against him? Not one actual criminal charge. Everyone just wants to take him to civil court. Like, bro, why is this okay? That's a whole subject for a whole different episode. So I can go off on that forever. Whatever. Anyway, what's the next thing?
I like it. It's passionate, Mike. I like it. Well,
certain stuff gets out of my skin.
What do you think? If somebody has a nice car that's like an uncle or like one of your friends, and they have like a really nice car, like let's say they have like a Maserati or something, and
I'm trying to drive it.
You're trying to drive it?
Yeah.
You don't think that's rude to be like, hey man, is it cool if I
Depends on who the friends are. If it's you, no. If it's one of my friends that I've had for 30 years, no. If you like some random dude, yeah. But if you had a Maserati, I'd be like, yo, Brendo, let me get a spin.
What if it's one of these things where it's like the person makes it a big deal, like, hey, come over to my house, check out my car, and then is like, ooh, you want me to give you a ride? It's like, okay, if you're letting me in your car to give me a ride, does that mean you're gonna let me take it around the block as well, like behind the wheel? Like, where does it stop?
You already know that based on y'all's friendship and who the person is. Like, you know how tight you are with people. You understand who would let you drive and who wouldn't.
But I wouldn't go to a friend's house that was like, hey, come look at my new car, unless there was like a good chance I was gonna drive it anyway. Otherwise, I'd be like, fuck your car. I'll see it whenever I see you next.
Unless it was like a drop top Porsche and it was a Saturday afternoon and we were going out to pick up some chicks.
A drop top Porsche? That's like the douchiest thing ever.
Yo, it can be as douchey as you want it to be. I guarantee you, if we riding around and the chicks are gonna be looking at
Ew, gross. That's your go-to chick magnet car?
No, it's not. If you want me to have like a chick magnet car, I want a Bentley.
Bentley?
Or like, yeah, like it's just gotta be something expensive. Like these dweebs ride around in these nice cars or just like pocket full of money and they get the girls, bro. You ain't gotta have no real intelligence to get a girl nowadays. You just go to the club or go to a popular area and you look like you got a lot of money. You don't really even have to have a lot of money. You just have to look like you got a lot of money.
Yep.
Like you could have rented the Porsche for the day. Doesn't matter.
That's the old pro wrestler fake. Is just fake it till you make it.
You make it, baby.
Oh man, what's your routine like when you get in the car to drive? What's your routine?
I get in my car now.
Yeah, like when you get in to drive, like do you check the rear view mirror? Like,
yeah, I start the car up, check the rear view. I don't really look on my side mirror. I look on the other side mirror. I use that more to change lanes. I feel like than my own. I don't know. It's weird. And then I plug my phone up to make sure my music right, bro. I don't pull off to my music.
So you get that ready?
Yeah. And then all that time, I'm letting the car warm up. So.
Do you ever check the rear view for boogers? Like when you're getting set up? It's almost like a reflex for me.
Well, it depends on where I'm going. Otherwise, I mean, if I'm going to work, I check it when I'm getting out the car. I got one of them mirrors in my visor, not the rear view.
Gotcha. Nothing else? Nothing weird?
Yeah, you're really into boogers today, though.
No, I'm not. It made me think of it because I was like, I wouldn't be in that situation. Because I was like, would I put my kids in that situation? And I was like, no, because I always check. That's one of the things I do before I get going. It's like I get in the car, start it, get the air right, because it's like if I forgot to adjust it, sometimes it's like if it's in the morning, I don't need the AC blasting like I did at 5 o'clock the last time I was driving it when it was 100 degrees, So I get the air, I get the music, adjust the mirrors, and then do a quick check, see if I need to blow my nose, buckle up, and then get moving. But I don't know.
I do put on my seatbelt, people. I left that part out. I wear a seatbelt most of the time anyway. Not always, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Your car doesn't yell at you if it's not
buckled?
That
noise doesn't bother me. That noise doesn't bother me.
Oh, just the random ding doesn't bother you?
No, the noise in your car seems to bother me. That thing's loud.
Mine?
Yeah, the truck. When you don't put on the seatbelt. Or maybe it's not loud. Maybe it's just that I wasn't used to it because I'm always in my car. It's a different noise. Maybe that's what it is.
That's funny. I've driven before with no radio for like a couple of months, just in silence.
You
and people are like,
"What?"
I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
And depending on how long you're driving every day, if it's less than an hour both ways every day,
it was probably about 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, because when you in your thoughts, you can think for 30 minutes without even listening to the radio anyway. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's never going to be, especially if you're getting off work, like you're thinking about going through anything that happened that day in your life or work, like, yeah.
What's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah.
What work you got left to do, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I understand that. When you get to that hour mark, when you get to the point where, all right, I'm trying to leave today behind, and like, oh, let me cut the radio. No radio today.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough sometimes, but for the most part, no big deal. All right, so let me ask you something. Would you rather you have to pick cheat to win or take a dive for a payday?
Take a dive.
No question?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you would take a dive?
Yeah, if those are the two options, yeah, I'm taking a dive. There's money involved. There's no payday in winning. You didn't say anything about a payday in winning.
Well, I mean, depending on what sport it is, you never know.
What you mean, what sport it is?
Like, what if it's boxing?
If it's boxing, then I'm not taking a dive. Well, it depends on who's boxing. Depends on who you are. If you're Mayweather, you can't take a dive.
No, I'm asking Mike Crawford.
Mike Crawford wouldn't have been undefeated. So, I mean, because the chances, history says the chance of you going your boxing career undefeated, it happened once. So I'm going to presume that I wasn't undefeated. So if I didn't have that to protect, I'm taking the money.
Quit dancing, you fucker.
But I'm always, if there wasn't the dive and money involved, I'm okay with cheating to win. Cheat if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. In the words of my man, cut off sweater, baby.
There you go.
You know what I mean? But when we talk take a dive for the money, give me the money all day, buddy.
Really? As a fighter?
As a fighter, as a basketball player, as a whatever. Unless the champ, like if it's game 7, no. But if it's
What?
season
All right,
game,
so what scenario would you not take the dive and cheat
if
to
I'm
win?
Floyd Mayweather, if it's basketball, if it's boxing and I'm Floyd Mayweather, I'm not taking the dive. I'm 50-0. I'm not. Anybody else that's already took losses, the loss doesn't matter on your record. You have losses already.
But if you cheat to win, there's a chance you get busted.
Busted by who?
Whomever.
Oh, well, by that time I already have whatever money I earned from that.
Well, that's kind of the point. Is, are you okay with your reputation being tarnished as a cheater or as somebody that was just trying to get paid?
When they say Tom Brady's name, do they say cheater, do they say GOAT, or do they say 7-time champ? Tell me what you hear more. Just tell me.
GOAT.
Oh, okay. That's it. You can come up with all the cheating accusations you like. Even if I got caught and you can prove it, guess what? I still won. Can't take it away. Reggie Bush won the Heisman. As much as they took it away, we all know who won the Heisman.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is bullshit to me.
Hey, he cheated to win, but guess what? We all know he won the Heisman. Everybody talking about Derrick Rose season at Memphis never happened. They went 30-1. We all watched it. We can go pull up on YouTube right now. They lost to Kansas in the championship off of some random jump shot by Mario Chalmers. We saw it. Guess what? You can erase it from your record book if you want to. We lived through it. We saw it, bro. So what? You can say they cheated now. Like, come on, man. Look, in sports, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, like I said.
I agree. How do you feel about the Olympics and like all this bullshit? Like, don't you think they should have 2 sets of Olympics? One like regular style, how they have it, and one where they're just like, listen, we're not going to test for anything. Just go like WWE style.
So I disagree with that.
Like, let them go all steroids, whatever.
I disagree with that, man. It should be a playing field because these stuff have records and stuff, and there's a lot of money tied to this stuff. So
have it separate.
Would that being the case, huh?
Have it separate. Have them be their own thing.
Yeah, but it's too like you can't be monetizing like people who out here taking drugs and shit. I get it.
It's the XFL.
That's the XFL is for the XFL. But for me, I'm not supporting the Olympics, bro. So I'm not watching. I'm dead. I'm over it.
Me too, pretty much. I used to love the Olympics.
It's just too much. And the whole thing is, it's not even Sha'Carri. It's not even Sha'Carri because I honestly believe she was wrong. Even though her situation, I feel bad for her. You were wrong. Like the rules are the rules. You knew the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And she owned it, so I can respect that. But you broke a rule, that's fine. But then there's the other thing with the other black girl who just got kicked out because she didn't fail a drug test. She missed a drug test. Because it was 2 days after an abortion. Like, bruh. She needs some time to recover and heal, bro. Like, y'all gotta chill. Like, y'all gotta chill on that. If she can prove that it was 2 days after abortion, like, y'all gotta chill. But neither one of those are the reason why I'm just not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch because all the like talk that's coming out of Tokyo, the no Black Lives Matter stuff, and not allowing black girls to wear the head wraps they want to wear while they swim because it's not like what they have different type of hair. They need ones for like. There's just a lot of stuff that I don't like. So I'm gonna chill on the Tokyo and wait for where's it at next?
Next is 2026. No, yeah, it's 2024. Is in Paris.
But this Olympics might not even go because they're trying to restrict it now due to COVID.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on watching anyway, but in light of what you just said, I definitely won't be watching because fuck them. You don't even pay your athletes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're out there doing this so they can get American dollars from.
Yeah,
like,
it's a
leagues and
huge
money,
money.
and
Like you said, it's a huge money making thing,
yeah,
and they don't pay their athletes. Like, it's garbage.
yeah, like
I
all
mean,
your sponsors are what pay for this. Like,
yeah,
so
I'm with you, man. Are you watching? Speaking of not really watching, are you watching the NBA Finals?
I ain't gonna watch because it's basketball on its own, but it looks like it could get ugly. Like it could get ugly, bro.
How so?
Because watching the game, you see the bad matchups. You see the issue that is going to with Chris Paul at point guard. Like that pick and roll presents a major issue if they don't switch the coverage. And in today's NBA, they don't fight through screens hard enough. Like it's going to be hard to switch the coverage unless you go Middleton on Chris Paul. Because he's tall enough that he should be able to defend the lob, but Aiden can probably dunk on him too. So, like, I don't really know your option there, bro. And he made it look so easy when he was just dancing on Brook Lopez last night. They switched so easily. And I get it because they have all those good defensive players. I mean, you know, everybody on their starting five made defensive all-team before. So they have faith in anybody that's switching. But Brook Lopez can't guard Chris Paul. We can just stop it. And every time y'all do, he's going to dance on him.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what the options are. They better hope for Chris Paul to have some off nights here. That's it. Like, that's the option. And it don't look good because their guards don't want to fight through screens. Like, Drew Holiday, and I'm surprised that they didn't play Drew Holiday more because maybe that'll be the change because he fights through screens. Drew Holiday is a fighter. He'll fight through a screen. Like, you know, Chris Middleton thinks he's a superstar now. He ain't fighting through no screen. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what's up.
Agreed. But, okay, so I know you're watching because it's basketball. If you weren't such a fan, would you be watching?
No, I'm not interested in anyone in particular. There's no real good storyline except for the Chris Paul storyline. But I really don't want Giannis to win a championship. I'm sorry. I just don't think nobody with that skill set to win a championship. Like, I don't believe that's.
It's so bad, dude. I have a bet on Milwaukee, and I want, you know, Chris Paul to win. You know,
man. I don't know, man.
It's tough.
I'm not a fan of his skill set. If he wins the championship now, he would have checked all boxes, and he's gonna go down like this all-time great. He really doesn't really have a lot of skill. Like he scores 30 points and 14 rebounds off of sheer just going harder than everybody, and happen to be like he has extreme athleticism, but his skills. He doesn't really dribble really well. He doesn't really shoot really well. He doesn't really
even I was watching the end of the game.
Like
it's one of those things where I was watching the game and it feels like if Milwaukee is down by more than 5 going into the fourth, they're going to lose. Like they don't have the type of offense that can come back. They have the type of offense that if they're up by 5, they can hold you off and go shot for shot with you. They can figure out a way to get a bucket. But if they need to press their offense, they can't do it. And I couldn't tell if it was because Giannis was tired or if it was just because he only has 2 moves and they started defending his 2 moves. And then it was like, okay, well, he gets the ball because he's calling for it, which I can appreciate. But then he's like, he's taking a bad shot either because he's tired or it's because he can't get around the defense. So it's like, okay.
He settles because during the first 3 quarters, he'll drive hard, he'll do all that. But he knows his free throw in the 4th quarter, the game's online, he knows he's thinking at the free throw line. So he's not going to drive as hard because he knows he's going to get fouled. So he settles for these fadeaway, like
12-footers that he can't make.
Yeah, like he can't make consistently. Like that's not what you do consistently. So that's his problem. That's his problem. He's a bad free throw shooter, and that trickles down to the rest of his game. He shoots air balls in the 4th quarter of playoff games with it on the line. Like, bro, and you know that in your mental, that's why you settle for these shots. And I'm going to be so upset if they win the championship, but I think they might come back and win.
Really? You think so?
I think they can. I think if they switch the matchups, if they go PJ Tucker, Chris Paul, and then let Drew Holiday do Chris Paul 2, and then they go Drew Holiday, Devin Booker, and then they make Chris Middleton do Devin Booker some 2. And Bud just tells them, like, we're not switching anything. You're fighting through all screens. Like, that has to be the model moving forward. If it's not, this is a 4. This might be a sweep. If Bud doesn't change the defensive plan, this can be a sweep. Promise. It's no, you can't switch versus this team with the guys. I don't care how good they've been defensively in their past. Brook Lopez and Giannis can't switch on to Chris Paul and Devin Booker. It's just not.
It doesn't work.
Matchups. Yeah, because they have good mid-range game, and you're not used to that in the NBA. You're thinking if you can play them to the 3, and you keep the arm to the 3 and stop them from the 3, you can catch them because y'all are so big. Y'all can catch them at the rim. But all y'all do is back up and give them space in their mid-range killers.
Yeah, because they take
Chris Paul and Booker. They don't have no problem taking mid-range shots, which the NBA has gotten so far away from. But Phoenix hasn't. They'll take open mid-range shots. You give them a free throw line jump shot, 18-footer, they're going to shoot it, and they're going to knock it down. Like, that's what they do.
Yeah, they just look like they're going to drive hard. They take 2 steps in. As soon as they get them on their heels going backwards, they stop, pull up, and it's wide open.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making it, which they're shooting,
lights out right now.
Lights out, so it's kind of a done deal if they keep shooting like that.
They keep shooting like that, and y'all don't switch the defense. It's a wrap, buddy.
So, dude, is it just me or, like, these playoffs, there's been a ton of 24-second violations. Like, is it just the fact that people do not pay attention anymore? And they're just like, since it's just a firing squad out there, they're just like, oh, pass. Like, I'm not used to paying attention to the clock because everybody just fires as soon as it's open. It's like a 10-second clock usually. What's the deal?
I don't know what that's about, man.
Is it just me, or has it been happening more often?
I don't know. It probably has been happening a little bit more often than you probably used to because everybody shoots so fast. And now we got some good defensive games in the playoffs. There's been a lot of unders. I don't think Phoenix has covered an overall playoff. That's how good their defense has been. And
Game 1 wasn't over?
I don't know. Yesterday?
Yeah.
What was the score?
I don't remember. Talking out of my ass right now. I only watched like the tail end of it.
I don't know. I think that was 221. I don't know. I think it might have been 222 yesterday. I don't know. I don't remember yesterday, but before yesterday, they hadn't gone over. They hadn't hit an over. Because they play defense. And they don't really play up and down. And Milwaukee's never going to hit an over. Because they guard. And they don't play fast.
My rule of any basketball championship game, whether it be a game 1 or like a NCAA like finals, is always bet the under in the first half. Everybody comes out tight. Doesn't matter what it is. It's kind of like in the All-Star game for the NBA. Like, bet the over even if it's 400 points. Like, just bet it. It always covers. It never doesn't cover. It's like bet the under of the first half of any NBA or NCAA title game type of deal. And I didn't do it, but I wanted to put money on Ayton to win the MVP of the finals at 25-1. I just missed it. I didn't pull the trigger, and then I went back in. I was like, oh, I missed my window. But
what's it now?
Haven't looked because I didn't want to get depressed on the fact that I missed out on great odds. But I will be betting on this week's UFC because my boy is fighting. We'll get to that in a minute. But Greg Hardy is fighting, which I don't care for him. But he keeps winning, knocking people out.
Yeah, you can put money on him. He's a plus 110, so you can win money on that.
He's a monster of a man, but
he possibly can get knocked out.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so. And that Wonder Boy is going to be the right before the main event. He's fighting Gilbert Burns. That should be a good fight. It'll be super technical, so I don't know that everybody's going to love it, but MMA fans will like it. And then the big one is Poirier McGregor 3. This is a make or break, dude. This is a make or break for McGregor.
It's the end of your boy's career, bro. Sorry to say.
It could be if he loses.
Time to hang him up. He's made enough money off.
Dana White came out and said that the winner of this fight gets a title shot. So, I mean,
first of all, McGregor should lose just for the purpose that he don't even want a title shot, bro.
I know he doesn't.
That means he got to face my guy. And
who's your guy?
don't he got to face like what's the dude that beat him up, Masvidal or whatever? Like that's who got the title, right?
No, Masvidal just got his ass whooped.
Oh no, he got his ass whooped by Adesanya, right?
No. Who did he just get his ass whooped by?
He did. No, yeah, Adesanya.
No.
Masvidal lost to Adesanya, bro.
No, he didn't. I don't remember because Adesanya fought the weight above him. He fought It's not Blackman. What is his name?
Oh no, Usman.
Usman. Yeah. I'm like,
they look so much alike.
Adesanya, stop saying that.
They remind me of each other, man. So that's why.
Oh, great, because they're both black. Gosh, Mike.
And like skinny kickboxer.
Usman is a freaking jacked, bro.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like Usman, like
Usman is McGregor a monster.
So who would McGregor would have to fight like Adesanya, right? Like that's his weight class. Because Usman is the higher, so Adesanya is the lower.
I don't know which weight class they would go for. I'm sure they've said it, but I don't know.
Because what's the closest weight class to McGregor who has a title? Who's the closest weight class to him who has?
He used to be welterweight, I believe, and then he went up to middleweight, and did the I think that was the Eddie Alvarez era and all that kind of stuff.
I want to say the middleweight champion is Adesanya.
Whomever it is. It's a make or break. So for McGregor, because Poirier, I think if he lost to McGregor, it's not a big deal for him. He has another, good win, and then he's right back in title contention. But McGregor, this is a make or break for him. So we'll see. And of course, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for my boy through thick and thin, no matter what. So we'll see. I'll be supporting him Saturday night. My boy's birthday.
Let me see what class McGregor's in.
He's in whatever class he wants to be, because a double champ does what he wants. All right? So, hey.
Okay, lightweight. He's lightweight.
Lightweight, yeah. Welterweight. I knew I was saying that wrong. So, since you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, I can watch whatever I want. Since you're on the East Coast, what are sporting events that you stay up for? That it's doesn't matter that you're going to be up till 2 a.m. because it doesn't start until 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern or whatever, and you're like, nothing. Oh, it's a big event or whatever.
There's nothing unless the Cowboys are coming on Monday Night Football, bro. That's it.
That's the only thing.
Sunday Night Football. There's no others. 9 o'clock on my time, I'm asleep most nights, bro. I don't play around. There's nothing going on past 9 o'clock.
But what if there is? There's nothing you would stay up for? What if the world's...
I just told you that.
I know. Other than that, though. So, if the World Series just kept going to extra innings.
Yeah, if the Red Sox were in it, if it was some random team.
All right, well, that's what I'm asking, bro. So it has to be a specific team. It has to be one of your teams.
Absolutely. If it's not my team, or if I got a bet on it, and it's like the last of a parlay or something, oh yeah, I'll stay up to watch that. But otherwise, sports it used to be everything, but I ain't stand up past my sleep is the most important thing now. So
what if it's on a weekend? What if it's a Saturday night?
Oh, then I'll stay up if I, until I pass out.
Till your body just says no more.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if... All right, so you're a team-specific guy. So what if you could only watch two of your favorite teams play. Like, you could watch, the Cowboys or whatever, but you could only pick another team. They would still play. You could still get the score updates, but you could never watch the games. You couldn't watch the highlights. No, nothing. So you could only pick two teams. One of them would be the Cowboys, obviously.
Yeah. And the other would probably be North Carolina basketball.
Oof. So you would cut out the Bulls, huh?
Yeah.
You would cut out
shit anyway.
Miami football.
That was the second. That was
Yeah.
Carolina basketball, or Miami football. But since I had the Cowboy for football, I went basketball.
I figured you were gonna split. And then
Red Sox were in there too. That was tough because I love baseball playoffs, but I don't watch baseball enough to include them. Even though I'm a Red Sox fan, and have been for about 15 solid years. Man.
Yeah. You bandwagon son of a bitch.
I was not really bandwagon. I just didn't watch it at all for real at first. So.
And then the Red Sox go on that run, then you become a bandwagon fan.
I was a fan before the run started. Mm-hmm. I just didn't like the Yankees, bro. Like, that's how I pick most of my teams.
Is the rival of who you hate?
Yeah, the rival of who everyone.
So you hate the 49ers? And that's how you're a Cowboys fan?
No, I'm from Virginia. Everybody around here likes the Redskins. My whole family's a Redskins fan, so I wanted to pick their rival, the Cowboys. That's how I ended up there.
All right.
The Bulls came with Carolina. That was just...
Yeah.
That was the Jordan era.
I get that.
You just went Carolina to wherever Jordan went, and then I just stuck.
I get that.
And the U kind of just happened because of Irvin and Russell Maryland, and you know what I'm saying, and Jimmy Johnson from my Cowboys affiliation. So it kind of just happened that way, but yeah.
All right. So Cowboys and Tar Heels.
All day.
All right. So what are you watching these days? Anything new?
No, besides Manifest. Have we talked about that?
A little bit. You started it, but
yeah.
How far into it are you?
I'm on season 2 now.
How's it going?
No, it's pretty good. I like it. It's like Heroes for real, but I like it. And then,
did you like Heroes?
Yeah, Heroes was alright. I like, I'm always gonna watch Hayden because she didn't remember the title, so we got that connection. If she's in a movie, I'm gonna watch. If she's in a show, I'm gonna watch her.
Did you watch Nashville?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So you like it? That goes to show you like Hayden Panettiere. I like Connie Britton. She's my girl. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Hayden Panettiere, but Connie Britton, Friday Night Lights. That was just she's a classy lady. I like her.
I feel you, man. She is. I like Friday Night Lights too. Just that, I actually went to the school, so I got that connection around that time. And then they just put the new Blacklist. Season 8 on.
Is that the one with James Spader?
Yes.
I heard it was good.
Blacklist is good. You never seen Blacklist, man. You're missing out, bro.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I did watch Summer of Soul. That was pretty good. I'm not a huge documentary guy, so the fact that it was kind of done in that style was, not super appealing to me, but it was really good. You got to see some and hear some awesome performances and stuff, and it's a great story. So it was good to see. That was awesome. And then I started watching Lupin. Have you seen Lupin on Netflix? Really good.
Nope. I haven't watched it. I heard about it, but I haven't actually.
It's really good. So I started it, and it's about this French dude that is like kind of a gentleman criminal, whatever.
I've I've heard
And
what it was. I just haven't started watching it yet.
so it's one of those things where it was filmed in French. So it starts and they're like English dubbed over. So it like the words weren't matching the mouths. And that drove me absolutely bonkers. So I had to just switch it to subtitles. So they're still speaking in French, but you know, the subtitles are in English. And it's a freaking awesome show. It's a really, really good show. But you have to be okay with subtitles.
Subtitles.
Are you a subtitles guy?
Nah.
Really? Like what if somebody's like, "Hey, this is worth it."
I mean, I will watch stuff with subtitles, but if you're asking me my subtitles, that I prefer no subtitles.
Would you watch something that does have the dub where they speak in just regular English but the mouths don't match?
That's
like
even weirder.
Yeah, that
But
is
I'll
weird, right?
Yeah, but I'll take it over subtitles.
You would. Oh man.
I hate reading.
You hate reading?
The movie. I hate reading the screen while I'm trying to watch the movie because it's like you're looking up and down, you're trying to catch the action while you're reading the words. Like it's just too much.
Yeah, but it's how you're supposed to hear it. I don't know, man. I'm torn on that one. Whatever. It is what it is. It's a great show. Anyway, I'm only like 4 episodes in, but it's a really, really good show. I highly recommend it. That being said, this week's Spotify playlist is going to be Marcus King and Bone Thugs because it's awesome. I started putting it together already, and it's very delightful together. So I hope that you are enjoying it. Did you check out the last one I sent you, Mike? Be honest. No, you did not.
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, over the song you sent me, I listened to a couple songs. I didn't like listen all the way, like the whole week, but I did check it out.
What do you think?
Pretty good. I like all your little mix up. Like you do good combinations with those. I listen every now and then. I don't always listen.
I know. I just meant specifically last week. I thought you would enjoy Leon Bridges.
But what was listening?
Are you listening to somebody? Anybody?
I'm listening to nobody new, man. I listen to the same stuff. I got probably a couple of playlists on my phone. I just run back.
Just back to back, baby.
Yeah, same crap, man. Need to find some new music.
All right. Well, maybe this upcoming week I'll try and find some new stuff for you. Marcus King is really good. He's a little bit different, but really good. Kind of raspy, old, hard guitar style. It's good stuff. So, in the meantime, check us out on Instagram at Black Irish Pod. Mike is at Black Irish 213. I'm at Brendallis7. And the knowledge drop of the week is, gentlemen, just so you know, there's a little button when you're going pee, like right behind your sack. If you push it, it gets that extra little pee out that's in the chamber. Just try it next time you're at a urinal. You'll thank me later. No. On that note, have a fantastic week. We love y'all. Later.